What's good, everybody? I'm BPC and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can actually be notified when the videos are released. And if you could hit that like button right in the bottom corner where it says like the video, I'd really appreciate that too. Now, today's topic is on Conor McGregor owes Tony Ferguson $500,000. At least that's what Tony says, and I'll talk more about that in just a moment. But first, I want to point out that I'm wearing a Competitive Origins Whatever It Takes t-shirt. And you can do whatever it takes and go to competitiveorigins.com. And make sure you type in promo code MMA18 so you can get 10% off your order. Now, a portion of the proceeds will go towards the channel so we can provide a better experience for you guys at home. You've been competing since conception, whether you're competing against yourself or others, Competitive Origins. Now, before we even get into the whole $500,000, we have to kind of like go back a little bit and really see who Tony Ferguson is. Okay, so Tony Ferguson, in 2013 started this amazing winning streak. And when I say amazing, I'm talking about 12 straight fights in a row. Something the majority of the UFC fighters will never do in their entire career. And he just kept racking up win after win after win after win until he finally got the opportunity where he had a chance to go for the interim title against a fighter by the name of Kevin Lee. Well, it was a pretty good fight. Kevin Lee took him down to the ground, but he made a mistake. He went into Tony's guard, and that was a big no-no considering Tony's really good at jiu-jitsu. Well, he put him in a triangle choke, and Tony got the win, became interim champion, therefore setting up this big bout between him and Khabib. This him and Khabib fight was supposed to take place, I believe, around 4 times already, and it's just never come to fruition. So now we're in this point where we're like, all right, great, Tony, Khabib. Well, doing some press and media during fight week, Tony trips over a tripod, tears some ligaments in his knee, and is unable to make the fight. It's either Khabib getting injured or getting sick, or it's Tony getting injured or getting sick. It's just one of them that cannot make it, and here they made it to fight week, and the fight was canceled. So what does the UFC do? It strips Tony of his interim title. And I wouldn't say rightfully so. Tony's put a lot of work in there. They should have let him keep his interim title, or at least let him be the first in line to get the next shot at the champion when he was fully recovered, and it didn't quite work out that way. Now, while this is all taking place, Tony signed to Paradigm Sports Management, and Paradigm ends up signing Conor McGregor. Now, Conor came in and said, hey, I'm only here to fight 145. I have no interest in going to 155. So that kind of seemed like, an agreement that him, Paradigm, and Tony had, that they weren't going to have 2 competing fighters on the same management team, right? And it turned out that Conor changed plans and said, screw this, I'm going for the 155 belt. I don't want to cut weight anymore. Conor was cutting a lot of weight to get down to 145. He looked like an absolute skeleton if you look at some of the pictures from some of his weigh-ins. So he wants to go to 155. Well, then, Conor being the bigger star that Tony is, Paradigm is obviously going to push, Conor's priorities a little bit higher than Tony's, and that's where Tony felt that the UFC and Conor McGregor and essentially Paradigm were all manipulating the system to put more money in their pockets and take it out of Tony's pockets. And I'm guessing that's where he came up with the conclusion that they basically stole $500,000 from him. They didn't give him the fights that he should have gotten. His career trajectory didn't end up where it was supposed to be. He didn't get the title shots that he's supposed to have. And as a title, as a title holder, you're going to get a percentage of the pay-per-view buys. So I'm guessing that's where Tony's talking about he would have gotten more money, I guess, and then also the bigger fights. So that kind of makes sense to me where Tony's speaking from a perspective that, he is owed $500,000. Now, whether he's ever going to get that money back, I say absolutely not. See, he says that's why Conor's always laughing, whenever he posts something, because he knows at the end of the day, he screwed him over. And I really believe it's, rather than just being so much Conor's going to do something that's in the best interest of him. It was his management company. As a management company, they're supposed to do right by you. You know what I mean? And they screwed him over and they chose another client over him. And that's kind of where he ended up getting the short end of the stick. And then UFC, they're, a promotion company at the end of the day. So they're just looking to make the most money off of whatever deal they can get. So if Tony is getting kicked to the side, then they pretty much don't care whatsoever. So, he bounced. He left that, paradigm and went to this other company. And he was there for a little bit of time. And then, I guess the individual that worked there by the name of Lloyd Pearson took him from there and brought him to Gary Vee's company, Vayner Sports. See, Gary Vee is obviously a really good businessman, and he has all these different companies, Vayner Media, and then he got into Vayner Sports, and then they said, hey, let's start an MMA division, and that's when they got Lloyd Pearson, who happened to be with the marketing, or not marketing company, the management company that Tony was at, and brought all these UFC fighters and other fighters as well to Vayner Sports. Well, Tony gets his opportunity. He's now going to fight for basically the interim title. Now, Tony was offered the interim title a while back ago, another opportunity, and he passed on it. I guess he didn't want to just be a yes boy because the company wasn't looking out for him, so therefore he wasn't going to look out for the company, and they basically just bypassed him. So now the opportunity comes. He has the opportunity to win interim title. Now, due to COVID, this was supposed to be a title fight between him and Khabib, but it was changed, and the fight gets pushed to a month later, and he gets a replacement fighter, Justin Gaethje. Someone with a completely different skill set than who he's supposed to face. Much more, I would say, dangerous striker, a lot more power. And from what Tony has said, that Tony didn't prepare for that. He wasn't really set to go against a striker such as Justin Gaethje. And he feels that Justin Gaethje basically utilized, people that had trained with Tony to kind of steal from his techniques. At least these are the claims that are coming out of Tony's mouth, all right? And Tony did not win the fight. He displayed a lot of heart. He took a lot of shots to the head, and he just wouldn't give up, and the referee had to call it, had to stop the fight because it was just too many blows. Well, now it's coming out that Justin Gaethje's manager, Ali, who happens to also be Khabib's manager, who was also the 155 champion, Ali has come out and said that, hey, your management company reached out to Justin after he beat you and trying to sign him, and then Ali even challenged the management company to deny it. He says, I'll post the text online. So it's like, geez, man, who can Tony really trust? Because if he's not getting screwed by the UFC, and he's not getting screwed by Conor McGregor, and he's not getting screwed by his management company, and now he's possibly about to get screwed by his new management company, everybody is trying to put their best interests ahead of Tony. So it's almost like, geez, Tony, you got to get some family in there to do your managing, or you got to be your own manager, because at the end of the day, no one's going to look out for you like yourself. Well, in regards to the $500,000, he's not getting the money, pretty much, plain and simple. But he will have an opportunity to make a lot more money if he continues to win, and that's all he can do. And he can't be denied if he continues to win, as the song goes. I'm BPC. Go into the comment section below and let me know what you think about, him talking about he's lost $500,000 because of Conor McGregor, Paradigm, the UFC, and all that. Do you feel that he's been kind of shafted by all these different people? Do you feel like he hasn't been given the right title fights, or actually the opportunities to fight for the title like he should have? Obviously there's been a lot of freak accidents that have happened along his career, but I think Tony's put in the hard work to get to where he should be, and he just hasn't really gotten, all the pieces haven't really fell into place for him, and it's just been a lot of bad luck. But yeah, go into the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Oh, and don't forget, go to competitiveorigins.com, promo code MMA18. Take care.